have great presentation skills. What helped you develop those skills?
Well, you're 9 years old, and my daughter is 9 years old as well. And I have two boys as well who are a little older. And if we ask them about my presentation skills, they will tell you the opposite of what you just said. In fact, they can't believe that people sometimes want to actually listen to me talk. So they're actually probably very surprised that I'm doing a podcast right here. As with all good things in life, practice is helpful. And I have a few rules when it comes to communicating. One is to be prepared and to be ready. I also believe it's very important that when you're communicating, that you don't use a lot of jargon. A lot of people like to use big, fancy words that only really make sense to them. But let's be frank, it's just mumbo jumbo covering up stuff that's not that interesting. And so if I can't talk in a language that's jargon free, then I think my communication probably needs work. And so over time, I've really tried to hone my communication, especially in the industry that I'm a part of, financial services, where there's a lot of jargon, to really be something that's relatable and identifiable for people. But practice does make perfect in this instance. So if your dad is telling you that, it's good advice.
What's the one piece of advice you would like to give to the next generation of leaders?
You should definitely try to do things that make sense for you and not feel like there's a magic or a silver bullet that someone like me can provide you with. I think that's important. But equally importantly, I would just say that when I came to Morningstar, I probably picked a job at that time that people thought was unusual given the size of the firm. And some of the other opportunities that were available. But I picked something that I had a deep interest in. And once I got to Morningstar, I allowed myself to try things that were, maybe not on the plan that I had for myself. And so what I will say to someone who's young and starting their career is it's good to maybe ask yourself, whether you're doing a few things that are outside the plan that you had picked for yourself, because I think you can get more dramatic growth by stepping out of what you think that plan exactly needed to be. And you might be surprised as to the things you enjoy and the things that you learn as a result of sort of stepping out of the bounds that you might have created for yourself.